So I kind of hesitated to make this video, but I honestly can't take it anymore. It's getting ugly out there. When even the most dedicated Destiny 2 creators are saying enough, you know the community has a problem. Longtime streamer Datto, known for his measured takes, recently shut down his YouTube stream chat mid-raid because of relentless harassment. He told viewers, "I will never unblock YouTube chat for the rest of my life. Never again. Gave you another chance. None of you are happy. Some of y'all's personality is I hate Destiny 2. The constant negativity drove him to take a break from Destiny 2 until the next expansion, tweeting, "See you at Renegades, bye for a little while. And don't worry, the community will push me out well before the game does. Pretty soon, tired of this." Think about that. Datto, of all people, saying the community toxicity is what's pushing him away, not the game itself. And he's not alone. Gladd, another prominent creator, outright skipped the last raid race out of frustration and burnout, and Grenader Jake quit Trials PvP because it's just not fun anymore. Even Asdacross, who's never been shy about calling Bungie out, has shown signs of fatigue with the community. He's been spending time in other games, even joking he's very effing close to make Warframe his full-time game. Asdacross also had to plead with his own viewers not to weaponize his critiques. When one of his videos sparked drama with Datto, he tweeted, "This video was not intended to call out Datto. Please do not harass him," emphasizing that nobody deserves the hate. These guys love Destiny, but the abuse and vitriol are wearing them down. When content creators have to take mental health breaks or disable comments to get away from the toxicity, it's a huge red flag. A smaller YouTuber even shared that they've received death threats for minor gameplay mistakes. One comment read, "Disgrace to the Destiny community. I will fuck you up if you continue to upload garbage like this." Death threats over a game. It's absolutely insane, and it's driving creators to burnout. Destiny's player base has always been diverse. Casual dads, hardcore streamers, PvE lore nerds, PvP sweats, you name it. But lately it feels like open civil war. One faction yells, "The game is too easy, we need more challenge," while at the same time another shouts, "The grind is too damn much. This is too hard/unfair." The result? Bungie is damned if they do, damned if they don't. Take game difficulty as an example. In late 2022, a chorus of hardcore players and streamers complained that Destiny had become a cakewalk. Strikes and patrols were brain dead easy. Bungie actually listened and cranked up the difficulty across the board with Lightfall, enemy health, damage, level advantage, the works. And what happened? The very next day, the forums and Reddit were flooded with posts like, "This is a slog. Everything one-shots us. If you're going to make it harder, at least make it rewarding." Activities that used to be chill, mindless fun suddenly required sweating, and a lot of the more casual players hated it. Even longtime veterans admitted the tuning overshot the mark. Bungie increased difficulty specifically because players asked for more challenge, and still a huge part of the community lashed out when they got what they asked for. The irony writes itself. It's not just PvE. PvP players are split just as badly. For years, casual folks begged Bungie for SBMM, skill-based matchmaking, so Crucible matches wouldn't feel like seal clubbing. Bungie finally adds a form of SBMM to Control, and Sweat's high-skill PvPers immediately rage that it's ruining match quality, making games sweaty and laggy. Bungie literally anticipated the tryhard backlash, explaining that over half the Control matches were total blowouts under the old system. Didn't matter. The hardcore crowd still vented that their matches felt worse. Meanwhile, the lower skill players had been complaining non-stop about being stomped by gods all day. Both sides insist they're right, and flame anyone who disagrees. It's a no-win scenario for the developers. One group's solution is another's problem. Even core design choices get caught in this tug-of-war. Remember when players pushed for retiring old weapons to curb power creep? Bungie implemented weapon sunsetting, and was met with absolute fury from players who felt their hard-earned gear was being trashed. Or when Trials of Osiris players asked for solo queue to help fill games, Bungie delivered freelance mode, but then many sweats complained it diluted the competitive integrity. Every change Bungie makes to please one subset seems to piss off another subset. Contradictory feedback has Bungie spinning in circles. What's wild is that Bungie does listen to community feedback quite often. It just doesn't buy them goodwill anymore. The community will clamor for something, Bungie delivers it, or at least a version of it, and then some corner of the community tears them apart for it. Case in point, players beg for a classic horde mode activity, an endless PvE survival mode. Bungie finally unveiled one, the new Into the Light mode, in a live reveal, and the Twitch chat during that stream de-evolved into a toxic cesspool of racist and homophobic slurs. Bungie was showing off a free update that fans had asked for, and instead of hype, chat got so vicious that Bungie had to ban a bunch of accounts afterwards. The developers even accidentally revealed a personal Steam account during the stream, and trolls spammed them with vile messages in real time. Imagine giving the community something cool and immediately getting heckled and abused for your trouble. There's also the endless cycle of Bungie made a change, backlash, Bungie apologizes / reverts. Recently, Bungie tried tweaking the new portal progression system based on player feedback about leveling pace, but went too far with nerfs. The outcry was so loud that they did a U-turn within a week, admitting the changes were the wrong call. We've seen this with Eververse monetization changes, weapon balances, you name it. Bungie's implements something intended to address the community requests, and then gets smacked from the other side for it. It's like walking a tightrope where everyone's yelling from the sidelines. To be clear, Bungie is not blameless. They've made plenty of mistakes fueling this frustration, but the viciousness of the response, no matter what they do, it's off the charts. They remove FOMO and make content more accessible. A segment of player cries that the game is too casual now. They add complexity or challenge. A different segment screams it's unfair and Bungie doesn't respect our time. The company literally cannot satisfy this community right now because the community can't even agree on what it wants. And instead of constructive criticism, it's open season on Bungie and on each other. Spend 5 minutes on the Destiny Reddit or Twitter lately and you'll see the pattern. Unbridled negativity. The general mood is reportedly at an all-time low. Every news post, every patch note, the replies are filled with salt and anger. It's not just polite feedback like, I disagree with this design. It's, Bungie is brain dead. Fire the devs. This game is trash and so is anyone who likes it. On Reddit, highly upvoted threads swing wildly between, the game is finally dying, good riddance, and if you still enjoy Destiny, you're part of the problem. The division is stark. Even more disturbing, some players have taken to harassing Bungie developers personally. It got so bad that Bungie's community team pulled back from communicating on Reddit and Twitter. There were cases of death threats and racial slurs sent to devs' personal phones and emails, prompting Bungie to pursue legal action against those players. Think about that. Bungie devs are now scared to interact with their own community because a subset of idiots decided to cross the line. The toxic behavior during that Into the Light stream was a recent example, and Bungie swiftly banned those responsible, saying that kind of hate isn't reflective of the community at large. I want to believe that it's a small rotten minority, but damn, it's hard to be optimistic when we see this crap every week. The tone among players has also become incredibly cynical. There's a kind of contagious bitterness where positive voices get shouted down as shills, and negative voices get celebrated until it's just an echo chamber of discontent. On YouTube and Twitter, creators who stay critical get traction. Those who express any excitement get mocked. In fact, there's a civil war against content creators too. A chunk of the community now accuses prominent Destiny YouTubers of rage baiting for clicks. Posts circulate saying folks like Asdacross, Gladd, Swestical, etc. are making the game miserable for everyone by constantly bitching. That they've not posted a single positive thought in months, and are essentially profiting off the hating of the game. On the flip side, those creators' fans accuse the more positive players of being blind fanboys. It's utterly fractured. At this point, navigating the Destiny community feels like walking into a minefield of arguments. Every discussion is an argument, often de-evolving into personal attacks. I've seen players in LFG posts or Discord blow up at each other over tiny disagreements fueled by all this pent-up frustration. It's exhausting and disheartening. As one Tumblr user put it, Destiny's community has become more and more insufferable. It will actively drive people out if this continues. They even gave advice like, avoid team chat, play with friends only, ignore toxic creators. Basically isolate yourself to enjoy the game. That's how bad it's gotten. Players need coping strategies to avoid the community while playing a community-driven game. Alright, enough is enough. We need to talk about the Destiny 2 community. Yeah, us. This isn't a dev bashing session or a Destiny is dead rant. This is me, a longtime guardian, looking in the mirror and straight up saying, we are a huge part of the problem right now. What the hell happened to us? This was the game that used to bring people together. We'd help each other through raids, share tips, have a laugh at goofy fails. Now it feels like I can't go a day without seeing outright hate in the community. Not just heated gamer moments, I'm talking personal attacks, harassment, toxicity that would make a League of Legends lobby blush. I'm fucking tired of it. Tired of loading up Reddit or Twitter and seeing nothing but vitriol. Tired of hopping into a stream and the chat is full of people spewing dead game or calling the streamer a shill or an idiot. Tired of us ripping each other and the devs to shreds over every little thing. It's draining the joy out of the game I've loved for years. Look at what's been happening. Datto, probably the most level-headed Destiny content creator ever, just noped out for the rest of the season because the community drove him off. This dude had to turn off his chat permanently because people wouldn't stop being assholes. He literally said, "The community will push me out well before the game does." That is where we're at. The game's biggest champions are saying it's not the state of the game, it's the state of the community that's breaking them. If that doesn't set off alarm bells, I don't know what will. And my man Asdacross, you know him, passionate, sometimes a bit dramatic, love to cross. Even he has been worn down by constant negativity. He's playing Warframe half the time now because at least that community isn't lighting itself on fire daily. He even had to jump on Twitter to tell people to stop harassing Datto over some stupid drama. Imagine one creator having to tell the fanbase not to send hate to another creator. What are we? Elementary schoolers bullying each other on the playground? We've got streamers quitting, YouTubers burnt out, devs muting themselves because of harassment. When did it all get this bad? I remember when complaining about Eververse prizes was the height of our salt. Now we have jerks sending Bungie devs death threats over a damn game update? Death threats. Let that sink in. Bungie had to stick lawyers on the toxic fan who went that far. This isn't normal criticism. It's criminal. And it sure as hell doesn't represent the community I want to be a part of. But let's be real. Even beyond those extremist nut jobs, our day-to-day interactions are toxic as fuck. The tone everywhere is just so bitter. You can't even express a positive thought without someone jumping down your throat like, actually, the game is garbage and you're a bootlicker for enjoying it. On the flip side, if you criticize something, someone's gonna scream that you're a fake fan or doom posting for clicks. It's like we've forgotten how to have any nuance or respect. Everything's an extreme. Either the game can do no right or it can do no wrong. And anyone on the other side is the enemy. This is supposed to be a community, not two factions trying to teabag each other into submission. And the irony is off the charts. One half of us is yelling that Bungie doesn't listen to feedback, the other half yells that Bungie listens to the wrong feedback. We have hardcore players demanding tougher content at the same time casual players are leaving because things got too hard. Who's right? Well, both have a point and neither is completely right. But do we acknowledge that? Hell no. We just keep screaming past each other. The hardcores call the casuals lazy or bad. The casuals call the hardcores no-life elitists. Great. Now we're gatekeeping each other out of the game we all ostensibly play for fun. Newsflash. There's room for different playstyles in Destiny. Or at least there should be. But instead of working together to find solutions, we'd rather point fingers and assign blame. I mean, we basically forced Bungie into an unwinnable position. They try to make the game harder to satisfy the elite voices, and then our flooded players rage that it's too grindy and unforgiving. They had easier ways to play or catch up, and the hardcore accuses them of dumbing it down. Bungie literally cannot make a move without a tidal wave of salt from some direction. And yes, I get it. Bungie made this bed in some ways with inconsistent updates and broken promises. The game's not in a perfect spot and criticism is warranted. But the way we deliver that criticism, it's toxic as hell and totally counterproductive. We've stopped offering feedback out of love for the game. Now it's mostly spite for the game and even spite for each other. Just scroll through a Destiny Reddit on any given day. It's depressing. You'll see a highly upvoted thread like, Destiny is literally unplayable trash now, followed by another like, people who say Destiny is trash are morons. The comment sections are just people tearing each other apart, usually over opinions. Meanwhile, an actual helpful discussion or fan-made content is buried. The loudest, angriest voices dominate, and it skews everyone's perception. Bungie sees all the negativity and probably feels like nothing they do will be enough. I wouldn't be surprised if moral is so low over there too. Newer casual players peek into our community spaces and go, yikes, these Destiny folks are nasty. We are poisoning our own well. And you know what? I'm not standing for it anymore. I love Destiny. I spent thousands of hours in this universe. I've made friends through this game. I've had incredible gaming moments that I'll never forget. And I refuse to let this toxic cloud erase it all. Yes, hold Bungie accountable. God knows I do when they screw up. But there's a difference between accountability and outright hate. One is, I want the game to be better. The other is, I want to watch the world burn. Too many of us have slipped into that second mindset, whether we realize it or not. We need to remember why we're here. We all fell in love with Destiny at some point, right? The gameplay, the world, the camaraderie. If you're so angry that you've lost sight of that entirely, maybe it's time to step back. And it's okay to step back. But harassing creators or devs, or just spewing negativity 24/7 doesn't fix anything. It drives good people away. The exact opposite of what we need right now. We need those veteran voices and new perspectives together if we want Destiny to improve. Instead, we're chasing them out. I'm calling myself out too here. I've felt that rage, that temptation to just unload on Bungie or on some dude in the Crucible who teabagged me. I've probably said my share of heated things, but I'm trying to be better. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be a part of the community that destroys itself. I want that vibe back where we could disagree without hating each other. Where critique came from a place of passion, not malice. Right now, Destiny is in a rough patch. No denying it. Player counts are down, big content creators are leaving, and trust in Bungie is shaky. It's easy, maybe even justified sometimes, to be negative. But we have a choice in how we handle this. Do we spiral into toxicity and make the game's downfall a self-fulfilling prophecy? Or do we push for change without becoming monsters ourselves? Because I gotta be honest, Bungie could drop the most amazing update ever next month, and it wouldn't matter if we're all too busy fighting each other to enjoy it. If every time somebody said, hey, I like that mission, they get dogpiled, or every time someone says, I didn't like this, they get flamed, who the hell wants to engage with that? We're squeezing the fun out before we even get to play. So this is my plea, Guardian to Guardian, chill the fuck out. At least for a little. Think before you post that nasty comment or tweet. Dial back the knee-jerk hyperbole. Criticize the game, not the person behind the screen. If someone enjoys something you don't, or vice versa, maybe just let them. As long as it's not hurting anyone, and for the love of the traveler, stop harassing people. Harassing devs is never okay. It's actually amazing I have to say that out loud. Harassing content creators because they have a different take than you, also not okay. Telling someone to kill themselves or go die, yes, I see that shit in the community. What are you, fucking insane? Knock that crap off now. We're better than that, or at least we used to be. If we keep going down this road, there won't be a community left. It'll just be a toxic wasteland. Destiny 2's fate is uncertain in the coming year, sure, but if this game dies, I don't want to look back and say, yeah, the community helped kill it. I'd rather say, we went down swinging together, or we turned it around together. To be honest, right now, it's hard to even use the word community sincerely, because we're so fragmented and hostile, but I believe we can turn it around. It starts with each of us taking a breath and remembering there are real people on the other side of the screen. People who, crazy as it sounds, probably love Destiny 2 and want it to be fun. We can disagree on how to fix the game, but we have to stop the hate and toxicity. It's tearing apart everything good about Destiny. I'm making a commitment to be more constructive and patient, and I hope some of you will join me. Less doom posting, more feedback with actual ideas, less attacking each other, more banding together to demand better from Bungie without the abuse. Because if we continue on this path, we'll have no one to blame but ourselves when there's nothing left. Destiny has given us some amazing moments. The community has accomplished incredible things. Charity drives, helping newbies through raids, fan art, lore discoveries, you name it. That's the community I know is still in there. Let's not lose it to the darkness. We're guardians, damn it. We're supposed to fight the darkness, not become it. So yeah, I'm frustrated, beyond frustrated with the state of things. But I'm also still passionate about the game and this community. I wouldn't be ranting like a madman if I didn't care. Let's course correct together. Less salt, more light. Otherwise, Destiny's worst enemy won't be the witness for Bungie's missteps. It'll be us. That would be the saddest ending of all. TLDR, grow the hell up, Guardians. Be better to each other. Hold Bungie accountable without turning into toxic trolls. Remember why we're here. Because if we don't fix our attitudes, we'll succeed in doing what no Hive God or Fallen Kel ever could. We'll tear apart the world we love from the inside. I'm not ready to give up on Destiny, and I sure as hell don't want to give up on this community. So let's fix this, together. Eyes up, Guardians, and maybe try to lift each other up for a change, instead of tearing each other down. We're better than this. We have to be. I want to hear your guys' feedback. Are you guys sick of this shit too, or is it just me? Leave a comment in the section down below, and hit the subscribe button and the like button if you liked this video.